couldn't say. Just a hum in the wires, a ghost in the room, a hollow signal fading into the gloom. The copper's cold and the power's low, watching the last of the embers glow. I'm reaching out to a silent sky, waiting for a rhythmic digital goodbye. These are the final frequencies, dying out like leaves on winter trees. A low bit heartbeat, a stuttering line, running out of breath, running out of time. Can you hear the static? Can you feel the chill? The world is spinning, but the air is still, lost in the waves of a dead air sea. In these final fading frequencies, I kept the station running just for you, through the midnight black and the morning blue. But the antenna's broken, leaning in the rain, broadcasting nothing but a familiar pain. There's no one left on the other side, just the echoes where we used to hide. I'm whispering secrets to a broken mic. It's a lonely end that I didn't like. One last pulse before the screen goes black, a message sent that isn't coming back. It's getting quieter with every beat, the sound of a soul in full retreat. These are the final frequencies, dying out like leaves on winter trees. A low bit heartbeat, a stuttering line, running out of breath, running out of time. Can you hear the static? Can you feel the chill? The world is spinning, but the air is still, lost in the waves of a dead air sea. In these final fading frequencies, signal weakening. Can you receive? Can you Found a video from 3 years back. It's mostly static and a screen of black, but for a second you're in the frame, and for a heartbeat I say your name. I'm leaning in, waiting for the sound of the way you used to shake the ground. But the clip cuts off before the punchline hits, and I'm left here picking up the bits. I can picture the crinkle by your eyes, the way you looked in the morning light. I remember the coffee and the way you leave, the ghost of your hand upon my sleeve. But there's a silence where the music went, a hollow space where the air is spent. Is it a sudden stop or a long exhale? Does it trail off high or is it soft and frail? I've been whistling tunes that we used to know, trying to bait the memory, trying to make it grow. But it's a photograph with the audio gone, a sunset frozen before the dawn. I have the map of every scar on your hand, but I'm a stranger now in a quiet land. I can picture the crinkle by your eyes, the way you looked in the morning running light. I remember the coffee and the way you'd leave, the ghost of your hand upon my sleeve. But there's a silence where the music went, a hollow space where the air is spent. It's the one piece of you I couldn't keep. I forgot how your laugh ends, and the silence is deep. They say that time is a thief in the night, taking the color and stealing the light. But it didn't take the way you made me cry, or the heavy weight of our last goodbye. It just took the melody, the rhythmic part, the heartbeat rhythm of your happy heart. Was it a riot? Was it a sigh? I'm screaming at the ceiling, asking why. I can't remember the hurt, the cold and the bends, but I forgot how your laugh ends. The kettle's whistling in the hall. You're leaning back against the wall, asking how my day has been, while tracing patterns on your chin. But there's a distance in the air, a hollow weight that wasn't there. You're using words like fine and okay, but they feel like shadows turned to gray. I didn't need to see the bags packed by the door. I didn't need to hear the floorboards hit the floor. The silence screamed what you couldn't say. You're already 1,000 miles away. It wasn't the words or the choice of the noise. I just heard goodbye in the ghost of your voice.
You laughed at something on the screen, the coldest sound I've ever seen.
It didn't reach your tired eyes. It was just a costume, a disguise. You said my name and it sounded thin, like paper walls just caving in. haven't left, you're standing there, but I'm reaching out for empty air. The frequency has shifted gears to a melody of salt and tears. The I love you had a jagged edge, like someone standing on a ledge. I didn't need to see the bags packed by the door. I didn't need to hear the floorboards hit the floor. The silence screamed what you couldn't say. You're already 1,000 miles away. It wasn't the words or the choice of the noise. I just heard goodbye in the ghost of your voice. Say it again, tell me you're staying, but I hear the part of you that's praying for a way out, for a clean break, for a heart that doesn't have to ache. Yeah, you're still here making noise, but I heard goodbye. I heard goodbye in your voice. I'm staring at the Polaroid taped inside the door, but I don't recognize the person in them anymore. You've got the same eyes, the same crooked line of a smile, but you've been gone and I've been grieving for a while. I'm looking for the ghost of who you used to be, while you're standing right in front of me. I loved a version of you that doesn't exist, a shadow in the hallway, a memory in the mist. I built a cathedral out of words you never said, and slept beside a stranger in a familiar bed. It's a lonely kind of morning, a silent kind of blue, to realize I'm still in love with a version of you. You talk about the future like it's a place I wanna go, but you burned down the gardens that we used to grow. I keep waiting for the punchline, for the sorry in your tone, but the house is full of echoes and I'm still here alone. I'm holding on to habits that you've already outgrown, trying to find the heart in a body made of stone. Maybe you were never him, and I just drew the lines, ignoring every warning, blurring all the signs. I painted over cracks until the canvas was brand new, but I was just a curator of a lie I thought was true. I loved a version of you that doesn't exist, a shadow in the hallway, a memory in the mist. I built a cathedral out of words you never said, and slept beside a stranger in a familiar bed. It's a lonely kind of morning, a silent kind of blue, to realize guess I'm still in love with a version of you. So keep the new skin, keep the new name. I'll stay here with the ashes and the flicker of the flame. Goodbye to the man who lived inside my head. I'm finally letting go of the version I loved instead. Dusting off the pictures in the hall, the ones I never really saw at all. I'm listening to the silence of your code, reading every word you never wrote. You were a ghost while you were standing there, a steady hum, a breath of common air. But now the empty pillow holds your shape, and there's no way for me to make escape. Oh, the irony is heavy as a stone. I only learned to need you once alone. The garden finally bloomed when you were through, and I loved you after I lost you, yeah. The candle didn't burn until the spark was gone. I'm waking up to find I slept through dawn. It's a bitter kind of truth I'm holding on to, that I loved you after you were gone. I'm buying all the things you used to like, the vintage books, the red frame for your bike. I'm answering the questions you don't ask, wearing memory like a heavy mask. I used to check my watch when you would speak. Now I give a year to hear a week of all the boring stories that you told. Now they're worth more than their weight in gold. Truth I'm holding on to, that I loved you after you were gone. Why does it take a funeral to feel? Why does the heart wait for the unreal? I'm shouting stay into a hollow room, 1,000 flowers for a quiet click shut. I loved you in the final cut. I loved you when the light went gray. I loved you as you walked away. Now I'm standing in the hall, and I love you most of all. I watch the seasons trade their colors for the gray. I memorize the silence of every passing day. The dust began to settle on the chair beside the door, and I forgot the rhythm of your footsteps on the floor. The clock upon the mantel stopped a dozen years ago, but I kept winding shadows just to watch the hours go. They say the time is healing, that the tide will always turn, that every bridge you leave behind is just a place to burn. But I climb past the ending where the stars begin to blur, to a quiet kind of hollow where we're exactly who we were. I outstayed every promise, I outlived every endeavor. God help me, I stay waiting, I waited longer than forever.
The ink has faded yellow on the letters I won't mail. The ships have all come home now, or they've long since lowered sail. I've seen the mountains crumble and the rivers find the sea, while I remained a monument to who you used to be. It isn't hope that keeps me, hope is such a fragile thing. It's the ghost of a devotion that forgot it had a sting. They say the time is healing, that the tide will always turn, that every bridge you leave behind is just a place to burn. But I climb past the ending where the stars begin to blur, to a quiet kind of hollow where we're exactly who we were. I outstayed every promise, I outlived every endeavor. God help me, I stayed waiting, I waited longer than forever. And if forever has a limit, I found it in the dark, beyond the final ember, beyond the dying spark.
I'm the only one who's left to keep the vigil in the rain, in a world that's moved so far away it can't recall your name. Close the gate behind me, let the iron turn to rust. I'm kneeling in the ashes of a century of dust. No one's coming for me, I knew that from the start, but I had to keep the beat.